I am Batman! Batman Doom!
Hey guys, welcome! It is the 26th anniversary of Doom. Happy Doomsday, everybody! Yay, woo!
Now let's brood.
Because we are going back 20 years in time via the Wayback Machine to 1999, where there really is one shining star among the wads that were released that year for Doom, and that is Batman Doom, an incredible work of art by the amazing Ace team, an amazing video game developer team, Andres, Carlos, and Edmundo Bordeu, the brothers from Chile, I believe, is where they're from. They decided to make an incredibly impressive total conversion of Doom 2, starring the caped crusader himself, Batman, and it works amazingly well. It's a kind of a... Right off the bat, it kind of feels like a weird... I just realized I said right off the bat. Didn't even think about... Yeah, okay. Moving on, it doesn't feel like it would fit super well, seeing as the one thing about Doom is that there are tons of guns. And the one thing about Batman is that he does not use guns. And later in the game, there are some rather creative choices on Batman's weaponry. but it works really well. I love Batman Doom. I have to admit I haven't played through it entirely ever, but it's incredibly impressive in the beginning. And also the finale, also impressive. Might we see that as well today? Who knows? But for now, we are going to play, as is traditional on the channel, we're going to play for about an hour or so, see how far we get in this delightful romp that is this amazing wad, and we're going to have a good time, yeah? Gotta have fun when playing Doom, okay? I will, however, I'm taking this a little seriously. I need to get to the first boss in this hour. I want to do it because it is a kind of a amazing feat in Doom programming that I want to show off to you guys. So let's cross our fingers that we get to the first boss in this game, which, by the way, yes, this game features bosses, not just at the end of the game, but in general, which is already pretty impressive. Now, are we a detective, a dark knight? Are we embarking on the crusade? Perhaps we are an avenging angel, or nightfall awaits us. We're going with the crusade, because, yeah, Gotham City. A city where crime is afoot, but Batman swoops in. So, right off the bat, I said it again. I love this opening. It's so good. It's captures perfectly a Batman story with the cold open. There's a crime going on, a 2-bit crook is doing crime, and Batman swoops in and stops the criminal. But we get to see it from Bats' point of view, which is so cool. But let's not tarry on for too long. The bank's been hit by these scummy crooks, and I need to dispense justice. We can also give them a good walloping with our bat fists, but they're not quite as powerful as in traditional media, so we do kind of want to wear them down with our batarangs. So, Batman Doom features a lot of custom programming right off the I need to stop saying that in this damn game. Right to begin with, you can see that the batarangs replace the pistol weapon. Obviously, it's our pistol, which is a hit scan weapon in Doom. But this is a projectile, as you can see. So that's no small feat. Also, oh no. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. No closing doors, at least, as we get on this tram, which these villains are trying to make a getaway on. I don't think so. Let's pick up some bat armor, which Bruce Wayne leaves around Gotham to pick up as power-ups, I guess. Ooh, you're a big fella. Let's keep our distance. More no-gooders. Oh no, they took out the cop on this tram. Damn, the guy on the controls has locked himself in the control room, and I don't have the key. I'm gonna have to see if any of these thugs might have a key on them. Ooh, health, thank you. I don't think so. So this is another cool one, these enemies just kind of Well, I guess that's not anything super fancy. Enemies teleporting in is a old Doom trick for sure. Nothing groundbreaking with that, I suppose. Just remove the teleport effect. I accidentally hit this guy earlier when I threw batarangs from over there. He dropped the blue key. Time to stop this tram before these no-gooder criminals can get away. Oh, there's nobody. Oh, wait, there's still this one. No, you don't. Did we think we got it to stop? But this is a cool trick, so we've stayed on this tram, but as we leave, then we should see, hold on, there it is. We're at an entirely new tram stop. So that's a cool little effect that they put in the game. Thank you. Berserk Pack. Now it's more like Batman. Now we can clobber these bad guys in just a few shots. Although these guys up here can't really... Well, I guess I got plenty of batarangs to spare. I grabbed that spare box on the street, but Gotham Station. How many Gotham Stations are there in Gotham? If you wonder. I don't know. But we can't get through here. These impenetrable safety cones. Damn, I can't get past these impenetrable safety cones. So we'll just have to go inside this pitch black subway tunnel. This is a little annoying to play. And it probably looks terrible on YouTube. But, oh, I hit an explosive. Alright. Yeah, I got Berserk Pack, so I can do that a little bit, give them a walloping with that. Another safety cone. The classic enemy of Batman. Safety cones. Oop. And also it's cool, like, these are the same enemy types, you can see, but they did do, like, palette swaps to them to, like, kind of vary up the enemies. That's really nice, too. I have to say, these, there's a lot of effort here, a lot of love gone into this. It's, really good stuff. Ace Team is an amazingly talented group of programmers. And they've, like, actually broken into independent game design, if you guys didn't know. They, made the game Xenoclash, which is a, interesting game. It's a very strange game, but it's one of those few in the genre of first-person melee martial arts action games, so that's pretty cool. And after Xenoclash, they went on to make Rock of Ages, which is also a very odd game, but it's a very neat physics-based puzzle game. Like, they're really creative, really talented, the three Bordeaux brothers from Ace Team. And I know they had other people working on this game as well. You can see them in the credits helping with like assets in this game. But those three brothers are like the core of that group of theirs. Good, more razor discs. What? I don't know why they're called razor discs rather than batarangs, but okay. Yeah, no secret. All right, fine. Guess we'll just flip this switch. Yeah, and Gotham is just overrun with criminals. This hotel is taken over. Oh my god, they've got hostages! No, they're not hostages. Those are like gang members watching us. Oh! I guess for this guy. Okay. Yeah. Guess you should have bet on Batman, huh? Alright, the hit on Gotham Station has been stopped. So, like we said, that was a cold open. That was just Batman taking care of standard crime. But now it's time to begin Chapter 1, Killer Croc. Return to the Batcave after a long night out. Look at how cool this Batcave is. Yes, the first Robin. I remember it dearly. Or maybe it's already the second. No, because then there'd be two suits. This must be Dick Grayson's costume here. Oh my god, what does the Batcomputer say? Killer Croc escapes Gotham, seek and capture. My god, Killer Croc. That's gonna be a tough guy to take out. Oh my god, look at this freaking dinosaur here. By the way, what is the story behind these? Like, I am a big consumer of comic books, but I have to admit, I never did know what the story is behind the random paraphernalia in Batman's Batcave, the giant penny and the dinosaur. Like, is it an actual stuffed dinosaur? I kind of hope it is. This penguin is hilarious. It's Oh, I was wishing there was a secret here. You could bust the glass and grab the suit for, like, extra armor. Doesn't seem like it. Ah, here we go, though. Here's our supply closet. This is what I needed. This is so cool, because this is the entire level. It's just a bat cave. But it's like a... It's like, you know, for immersion, like story purposes. Like, to really, like, set you in the scene. We're, like, gearing up for our next outing outside as we go to stop Killer Croc. First, let's ride on this... hilarious-looking Batmobile. I'm not familiar with if that's from any specific series. I don't recognize it. Objective: follow Croc's trail through the sewer. Oh no, the sewer is Croc's home turf. It's gonna be tough to catch him, and we'll be in trouble if we're gonna fight him. Let's get down. Oh. Yep, I said get... Oh! Alright, here we are in the sewer. I have to admit, the sewer level right off the bat is a little... knowing what sewer levels are like in video games, but... We'll manage, we'll manage. Also, we have to remember the Berserk pack is worn off, so we'll just focus on razor discs, quote-unquote, for now. So smart of billionaire Bruce Wayne to just leave all this gear around all over Gotham so that he can restock during his mission. Batman really does think about everything beforehand. I think... I'm not sure, but it feels like they've made the Batarangs a little more powerful than the pistol weapon. Or maybe it's just that these enemies just are based on the gunners and the demons, because they go down pretty easily. Like, you don't feel weak in any way. Oh my god, what an ambush. Freaking... How long was that guy holding his breath underneath there? Oh, I need a yellow key. And how did Croc get all these guys to, like, join his gang? He's just a scary crocodile, man. Oh, man. Whoa! Gotta be careful in these sewer waters. No, you don't! Yeah, like, you don't feel like... You might think, like, not having all the weapons from Doom, that you wouldn't feel as powerful as in Doom, like, you might feel a little underpowered, but... Maybe it's just Batman, but, like, it does feel like I can handle these villains with my weapons. Like, this guy just fell from one Batarang. Whoa! Was that Cockroach Jones from Luke Cage? Or whatever that guy with the shotgun's name was? Are we getting freaking Marvel crossovers here? Anyway, that's, of course, I'm assuming that's the zombie sergeant who that guy is supposed to be from Doom. I see it. I see you. See you too. Of course, it's not really in keeping with Batman, maybe, to be focusing on Batarangs this much. Like, Batman does not spam Batarangs this much in the lore, but there's only so much you can do. Only so much you can do to make the experience like the canon. Whoa. Where? There. I mean, these guys we could clobber, but they normally get a couple of shots in if I go try this, so it's, like, dangerous for my health. Like, I don't want to do that. What did that do? Any secrets opened up in here? Doesn't look like it. And no enemies popped up. I kind of thought once we pick up the key, but I guess... Oh, maybe it just opened this door. Maybe we're stuck in here, or, you know... You're stuck in here with me until we flip the switch. Maybe that's what will cause the ambush there, those guys popping up. Not doing super on health because I decided to melee that one guy, tried to be a bit more Batman-y, but yeah, it's not exactly how you're meant to play this game. Not until you get the Berserk pack, anyway. And even then, because Doom is very much a shooty game, so you have to kind of focus on ranged attacks in this game. I mean, honestly, Ace Team's programming is so impressive to me that I wouldn't put it past them to make a much more Batman-y game. But I don't think there was that game Urban Brawl, Action Doom Urban Brawl, which I believe is more melee focused. But I don't that was not an Ace Team production. That was somebody else's, as far as I recall. That was kind of like the idea that this game was maybe going for, or what they would have liked for this game, maybe more there. Ah, smoke bombs. So smoke bombs work kind of fun. They don't... They kind of... Oh, right. They are bombs, so they do damage to us. That's right. Smoke bombs, I don't think they, like, fly super far away, so they do, like, kind of work like bombs. You toss them, and there is a range you have to take into account. But they're, you know, explosives. They kind of... I believe they take the part of the rocket launcher, in a way, I think. And how are we doing on time? Oh, we're still perfect with time. That kill I just took shouldn't ruin our chances. I feel we can get to the Croc fight. Yes, the first boss obviously is Killer Croc, since they've set him up in the story. I'm fairly confident we can get to that boss fight, because that is impressive what Ace Team did for the Croc fight. Knowing what the Doom was like still in 1999, like the programming put into that is really cool. Dare I say, ahead of its time a little bit. Now, I guess just so I'm not constantly glowing, so I can provide some critique, I guess some of these graphics are a little rough. The ones based on the original Doom look pretty good, but some of this art is rather... maybe a bit corny, because it's, you know, obviously handmade art for these guys. Some character models look a little silly. But I appreciate the effort. Like, it doesn't... It maybe is a bit incongruous with the regular Doom art here. Oh, another Cockroach Jones over here. I love that his gun is visible there on the ground, but you can't pick it up, because that's not what Batman does. Another ambush. Not gonna try to punch them this time to conserve health. Okay. Everything's good so far. So yeah, let's be a little more conservative with that smoke bomb, like which, you know, hilariously does damage, even though it's supposed to be a smoke bomb. It's loaded with bat sleeping gas, obviously, and they're not dying, they're simply being KO'd by the, Yeah, I did that just to be careful there. Actually, it leaves a little plasma effect on the blast, so I guess it's... No, slot 5 is the rocket launcher, so it is replacing the rocket launcher. I don't know why there's that plasma effect, as if we were using a plasma weapon from Doom. I'm not gonna toss a grenade in there. I'm not sure if it'll hit those. I think it'll go through, but I'm not gonna test my luck. No ambush coming in from there? Okay. Ooh. Another one of those shotgunners. I want to pretend is Cockroach Jones from Luke Cage. I love Luke Cage, by the way. Just talk a little bit about comics here. He is one of my absolute favorite Marvel heroes, is Luke Cage and Iron Fist, those two. It's such a comic of its era, the Power Man and Iron Fist comics, but like it's... And it's a little hard to read towards the end when they were clearly struggling with the readership, like to get reading, so like the plot kind of goes all over the place towards the end of this original series. But I dig it. Oh, look at this, it's a 3D bridge from, I believe Dystopia 3 is the one where this was first. Can we see it on a map? No, it's invisible on a map. This idea was first made on, I believe the mod Dystopia 3 from like a year or two before this. That was a Finnish guy programming that. Gotta respect my nation here. I forget his name, unfortunately, but that was like another, like, speaking of feats of programming, the 3D bridge in Dystopia 3, really cool. For those who aren't huge on Doom, what I'm talking about is you weren't able to, like, walk underneath objects, like... basically, you couldn't be like on... Your character could not normally be on two different places on the y-axis, on the top-bottom axis. That's just not possible. So you can't have like bridges where you can walk underneath the bridge. If you notice in Doom, if there is a bridge, you can normally like lower it, or there'll be an elevator to get up to get around it. Like it'll always be like a fully to the ground bridge. There's no ability to walk underneath a bridge. That architecture was not possible in the original Doom. But with this weird mesh thing, they were able to do it back in Dystopia 3. I believe that's the name of the mod I'm thinking of. It's fairly famous mod, what do you want to call it? Word. How far do our bombs fly? Let me just... Alright. Hits the bridge. What if I... not great. Trying to catch that one guy there. Maybe I'll save my bombs. How many do I have still left? Gas bombs? 120? That's a lot. How many does it eat up per toss? Oh, okay, it eats up 40 clips, so that's still quite a bit. Uh-oh, electrical. That's kind of bad in a sewer. What was that noise? Oh my god, there he is! Croc! That's straight up like... I forgot all about this. That's straight up like a cutscene in a video game. That's like... Well, we can't say, actually... before Half-Life. This is 1999, so this is a year after Half-Life. But those like Half-Life-y cutscenes, set pieces. That was really cool, and then the level ends as we leave the sewer on Croc's trail. I'm coming after you. My vengeance will be swift, for I am the Night. Objective, capture Killer Croc. Ooh yeah, baby! Now, this isn't straight to the boss fight, and in fact I remember this level being a little tough. So, let's see if we can pull through. Aha! Oh, cool. We can watch ourselves in the bat mirror here. Looking good, Bruce. Did you say your name's Bruce? No. Now go to sleep. Back room of this clothes store needs a blue key. One of the thugs must have absconded with it. Oh, no. That's right, we could get some verticality with our batarangs. Whoa, or razor discs. Is that a comic book thing? Are they called razor discs at some Batman story? I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. I haven't read a whole ton of Batman. Like, the animated series is where I jam with Batman. There we go. That's a cool little effect. More smoke bombs on sale in this place? Okay. Player killed himself. What? How? That's right. I suddenly have flashbacks of this when I played this a year ago or something. Like, there's some weird just kill area there, which... Don't know why that happens. Maybe we don't go into that house, just in case. I don't randomly die. Ah! This guy eating up batarangs like no tomorrow. Yeah, animated series is my bat jam, I guess. And, thinking here. Well, I mean, okay, I like lots of Batman stories. It's just the comic books, haven't read very many of them. I don't actually have read a whole ton of comic books. Well, I guess I'd say I have a okay collection, but not a massive one, definitely. Kind of got into comic books late as a kid. There were a lot of, like, weird hang-ups I had as a kid about what was appropriate for me, because I've always been a scaredy cat. I've been a very timid guy, so I was always, as a kid, I was like, oh no, that's for big kids. Whatever, some, like, really, like, rougher series or something, whether it's comic books or in, like, TV shows, I'd be like, oh no, that's for older kids, I don't want to watch that, that's probably too intense for me. And I somehow had this idea, I think comic books in general, like superhero comics in general, I kind of had this idea as a kid that those are too intense for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because 90s comics were famously rather edgy. Really? We can't go upstairs here? It's a little annoying. But it's a cool effect, I'll give you that much. Yeah. But I had no problem watching Batman the Animated Series, which is hilarious with how mature that series can get with its themes. Not just dark or edgy, but just, I would say, like, straight up mature, like, very, like, emotional that series can be at times, and, like, also scary, but I was fine with that as a kid. I was like, well, it's a Batman animated series, that must be okay. But then there'd be, like, a series that I'd just be like, no, I can't watch that, and the most hilarious one, I'll just straight up be honest with you guys, the original Turtles cartoon. I always had, like, trepidation about watching that as a kid, because I had this feeling that that's, like, a really intense series. Oh no! A fierce pigeon in Gotham Park! Oh no. Don't worry, Batman would never kill wildlife. He just uses his stunning batarangs on them. I did not want to watch Ninja Turtles as a kid. I thought that was too intense, and honestly, I would sometimes watch it because I had friends who were Turtles fans, so I would sometimes watch an episode or two with them, but I'm gonna have this nagging feeling of, I'm not supposed to be watching this. And I know also what creeped me out with Turtles. It was freaking Krang. His design is creepy. His robot was really intimidating to me as a kid, which is doubly funny because his robot looks incredibly stupid. As an adult, look, that big rotund man with those doofy 80s glasses and weird suspenders. And also, he turns giant in his first episode where he has that robot suit. And I kind of had a thing about giants as a kid, also. Another one of my weird hang-ups. So that was just like a nope, that entire character. I love Krang today, by the way. It's, a lot of things I had hang-ups as a kid, I'm like, man, that was actually super cool. And I, think it's, really neat now as a grown-up. But, yeah, it's funny looking back in time about what the hang-ups I had. Another one was the X-Men cartoon in the 90s. I was like, oh no, that's too intense. I can't watch that. But Batman the Animated Series was fine with, that episode with Clayface where he has the meltdown and he does like a crazy, Akira and the Thing inspired, meltdown at the end where he's, going through all those forums. I was like a kid, I'm like, this is fine. Or, all the super dark Two-Face stuff, I'm just like, this is cool. And also another series, freaking SWAT Cats! One of the most, intense cartoons ever. And there were episodes that creeped me out in SWAT Cats, but I was super fine with that show. It was one of my favorites as a kid. But, nope, clearly not as intense as Ninja Turtles. It's clearly much more appropriate. Oh, man. I'm getting nostalgic here. Doom does that to me always, Especially these, looking back 20 years shows. We're talking about an era when I had consumed all of this stuff. 99 was the last year I was living in the United States, so, I had soaked up all this pop culture I'm talking about now. But like I said, hadn't really read comic books, at the time. I really didn't even come up, well, actually, in the 90s, there were a bunch of comic books in sale in regular stores, but I would never have thought to ask my parents to, take me to, a comic book store to buy comics. Just wouldn't have really been, a thing for me. I had some contact with comics, obviously, but, in fact, I remember one of the favorite Batman comics. I'm not even being ironic here. One of my favorite Batman comics that I did read as a kid, the first Batman Aliens comic. It's an amazing crossover. I really think it's good, because it does an amazingly good job of, sticking to Batman lore and Aliens lore without, being very contrived. The scenario in it is really cool. It's just got really cool alien designs. I guess it's cockamamie a little bit, just in the sense that crossovers do tend to feel like that, but I think it's a great comic. I recommend, if you haven't read it, to check out the first Batman Aliens crossover. I wouldn't recommend the second one, because that's the one where there's, Batman villain-themed aliens in it. Wait, what? There's an alien with, a Joker face paint on it. I mean, it's probably good for laughs, that one, but I maybe wouldn't, say that I unironically love that one. Okay, I'll be honest, I shouldn't be judging it. I have not actually read that Batman Aliens, but I've seen those stills of the Joker alien and some of that stuff. I read the description, I'm like, not for me. I did also have like a... I did have a Batman album as a kid. It was like a collection, an anthology of like a comic book series from the 90s, which the animated series was heavily inspired by. It's the story where Hugo Strange finds out Batman's identity and he like tries to use that identity. He's like it's not quite like the episode where there was an episode based on that story, but like it leads to like this like thing where Batman is like wanted in Gotham and he has to like solve crime against Rupert Thorne and the Joker and Deadshot's like not first appearance, but his first appearance in his super cool outfit is in that one. And there were like a bunch of those comics in that anthology are are inspirations for episodes of animated series Batman, like the Jokerfish episode and the Hugo Strange episode. So I remember reading that and being like, I know this story. This is super cool. So like that's my favorite Batman comic, and it's purely because of the nostalgic feelings attached to it. Like it's maybe not the best Batman story if you really were to review Batman stories throughout the ages, but like it's a really good, in my opinion, it's just a really solid Batman story with no big, like, gimmicks, no bells and whistles. It's just Batman in a tough situation fighting crime in Gotham, and there's cool plot twists and stuff. Although I will say there's a really hilarious part in it. I guess this is a minor spoiler, but I think it's freaking hilarious, is after Hugo Strange has found out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, he decides to usurp Batman's role, or he's planning on doing it. So he has this ridiculous monologue to his henchmen, where he's like, the Caped Crusader, Batman. Like you see Batman in full Batman costume, and he is like, the Caped Crusader, Batman. He fights crime in Gotham City, and then he pulls off the Batman mask. Underneath is a billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne, the real identity of Batman. But then he pulls off the Bruce Wayne mask, and he's like, but this time underneath is not only Batman, but the scientific genius, Dr. Hugo Strange, who has now become Bruce Wayne. And it's like, why did you do all this ridiculous Batman cosplay? Because he's just showing off to his, goons. It's, so silly in hindsight. And then there's, a shot of... Hugo Strange in the Batman costume. And he's, got, beefy Batman body with, Hugo Strange's, Sigmund Freud-looking head attached to it. It looks so silly, but I love it, though. It's really funny. Okay, guys, this is it, and I'm really low on health. This is kind of bad. I took such a beating in coming through this level. But get ready for some amazing programming. I'm gonna make actually a save here, because I don't want to really do this entire level again. I don't really want to do it, because I wouldn't mind to go a little bit longer. Not usually my style. I do like to do these levels from beginning to beginning when we do these Doom memoirs, but this time I don't want to go back. But okay, come out, Croc. Face justice. There's a lot of rocks here, you can see, boulders. Oh my god, there he is! He's looking very Incredible Hulky, isn't he? And look at that, he is running to those rocks, and he is tossing them at us. Now, if you're not super familiar with Doom, there is no mechanic like that in the original Dooms that id Software made. Enemies cannot pick up objects in the surrounding environment and throw them. Gotcha, Croc. Okay, so no, he has no ranged attack except for the boulders, which are pretty well telegraphed, so he's easy to beat with just Batarang spam. You're going to Arkham, Croc, to answer for what you've done. But, yeah, this is amazing that Ace Team got this to work. In 1999, this This is programming that would be kind of impressive, like 10 years later, in like 2009, if it happened for the... It would have been like the kind of stuff that was happening back then. Like, this would have been on par, I think. Like, I am super impressed with Ace Team. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, this is like, I think, the most impressive part of Batman Doom is this croc fight with these rocks being tossed. Like, that gameplay mechanic being added in is like really, really cool to me. Alright, Killer Croc is captured and is going to face some hard jail time. Jail time? I don't know. Well, whatever. Back in Arkham. Well, that's a good night done. Good job, Bruce. Way to show that Croc what for. Wait, what's this? Tallyman, a hired assassin, last seen in Chinatown. Okay. Guess I need to go out and stop Tallyman. I don't know what that lock just did there. Man, we are just getting beat up here, down to 64 health. Even though we came to recuperate in the Batcave. There's no time to rest with Tallyman out and about. I'll be straight up honest, this is the part where I go like, I don't know enough about Batman to know what we're talking about. I had to look up Tallyman on Wikipedia to know who this guy is, because I have never heard of Tallyman before I played Batman Doom. And he doesn't seem to be a very memorable Batman villain. He's a hired assassin guy with a cool hat, I guess. But, yeah, he, I guess, was featuring in comics in the 90s at the time, which is why he slipped past more famous Batman villains to make an appearance in Batman Doom, past guys like, well, I don't know, they got a lot of famous Batman villains in this. I guess past guys like Poison Ivy, or Firefly, or... I don't know, I think the Penguin is in this one. I'm pretty sure a Penguin makes an appearance, I think. I can't remember. I can't remember every Batman villain who shows up. Man-Bat is not in this one. And I definitely think Man-Bat is more famous than Tallyman. I think you'll agree with me on that one. Dr. Kirk Langstrom. Man, speaking of messed up things in the Batman 90s cartoon, both of the Man-Bat episodes, kinda freaky, I feel like. Stop gang fights in Chinatown. Oh no. I didn't even know that Gotham had a Chinatown. But I guess it makes sense. What are these? Blast gun shells. Huh. Whoa, some kind of triad goon. Lick it or lick it? What did you say? Oh god, he can throw shurikens. Not as good as my batarangs, obviously, but still. This is cool. This feeling of we're on the streets of Chinatown. And don't think I didn't spot this, this alley over here. But these are just flavor alleys. Just have a run down these to have a look-see. No, but I'm interested in these steps. Again, really cool wireframe steps here. Regular hoodlums. Maybe hired by the Tallyman to stir up trouble here in Chinatown, perhaps? I don't know. Man, that is some heavy hi-hat usage there in the music. I don't think you normally do that when playing drums, but okay. It's Batman Doom. You can do it. Whoa. Alright. Is those thugs gone? Can I go down like Santa through here? No, I can't. And this stops us, so we're supposed to maybe tightrope walk? Oh, that's gonna be tricky. Can I actually do that? I don't know. Okay, this is a... Are there secrets in this map? There's 5 secrets. Huh. Is this such a Batman thing? No, it's not. Tightrope walking on this Okay, you know what? This isn't worth it. I'm not gonna try to get in there. I miss out on a secret. Batman trying to carefully balance on a railing. That is not Batman-y at all. Actually, I haven't used any of my smoke bombs. I didn't even use them in the croc fight. Night, night, crooks. Just gotta be careful with these suckers so I don't bomb myself again.
What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on?
Yeah! Oh wow, we've got a gang fight there. So I got clipped by my bomb after all. More blast gun shells. I have to say, we don't have a blast gun though. Ah! Of course Bruce keeps his blast guns here in, ow. Here in Chinatown. Now, this is what I was saying about the game getting a little creative with the bat gear. So these are gauntlets which shoot some kind of high-velocity air pellets, as far as I can tell, from those, like, gauntlets. It's a cool weapon, I have to say. I dig it. But I don't... First of all, I don't know if Batman ever used these, but... Maybe when Azrael was covering for Bruce's Batman, I can imagine the Asbat's armor having these kind of gauntlets. But I'm still like, is this really a Batman-y weapon? I don't know. Well, okay, sure, why not? Oh God, here comes these Bruce Lee guys again. Oh no, the wall came up. That's why I couldn't escape. Okay. I don't know if they're Bruce Lee, but they kind of got the haircut there. Actually make me think of Purple Dragons from Turtles again, for some reason. Man, Batman is not feeling good after that fight. Oh, those are kerosene cans. Can we blow those up? Now remember, Batman might not use guns, but blowing stuff up, that's fine. Oh, nobody here. Oh, that's kind of cool. You just press once, and it shoots like two. So it's kind of like the super shotgun, this weapon, which is pretty good. I don't know if it's... I guess it's kind of like a shotgun. Oh, this is so cool, this gang fight mechanic here. This is not as crazy programming as the Killer Croc throwing... Damn, I almost got to the health, but then they clipped me. Fair enough. It's not as crazy programming as the Killer Croc throwing boulders, because there is an enemies fighting each other mechanic in Doom. Famously, when enemies hit each other, they can aggro each other, but like they did a bit of programming finagling there so that they start out aggroed against each other, these two enemy types, rather than oh, there might be something secret in that room, by the way. Let's go check it out real quick. Rather than having to be aggroed by attacks first, like they just start out aggroed, like that. I guess that took some programming to get that into the game. Oh no, this is that room that this is just the same room. Okay, never mind. Oh, that's cool. The Batmobile's there, like we drove into town from there. I get it. Now, what does this guy say? Let's hear it. Oh, he just said, but sometimes he says the other thing. He's like, lick it or lick it, which your guess is as good as mine what he's saying. That kind of looks like... You know, some of those look like Japanese characters. Japanese katakana, actually, which just seems like an odd thing to put in Chinatown. I don't know, maybe Gotham's Chinatown does not really know. Doesn't really... There's a bunch of posers here, so they don't really know between the two. Those characters look... They could be Chinese or Japanese as... Well, I don't know. They're so simple. These ones definitely... I've seen these in Japanese text. In fact, I think that says Shiyohoho in Japanese, but I can't imagine... I imagine those symbols are in Chinese as well. They're simple enough that I'd imagine that they haven't been simplified characters in Chinese, is my guess, but I don't really know much about Chinese, so I can't speak with any kind of authority on the matter. Oh, there was one more thug over there. Ah! How are we doing on time? Oh, we still got plenty of time. Let's try to at least beat this level. We get to play with these doofy blast guns again. It's a cool weapon. I won't argue against that. It's just a very strange concept to me as a Batman gear. It makes more sense than a gun. I'll give you that much. Lick it, baby! That's what they say. Alright, nobody here. Here's where the big gang fight. First of all, those guys come here. Let me just deal with those. These guys tried to ambush Batman. Ow! These damn flames. Now I have less health than when I first came here. Now let's put all these guys to sleep with our bat sleeping gas. No, I really do, in the end, I dig this WAD a lot. It does feel in a lot of ways that you're playing as Batman. They have nailed it in several ways, the feel of being Batman, and the amount of immersion they've put in 1999 tech to make this place feel like an actual city, Gotham City, while still keeping it pretty good Doom gameplay. I really, this is absolutely one of my favorite WADs ever for Doom. Just straight up. Watching Martha Stewart cooking or something? What were you guys doing in here? This is... Sure, why not? And that's what you guys are into. Didn't save you from bat justice, but... What are you gonna do? Oh, that's a nice effect. See, like, there's a couple of guys already down here to imply that this gang war is raging and these guys are killing each other. Oh, that looks so cool. These fighting for this bank vault? Are we in a bank? Or maybe I think this is a hotel. That's like the hotel vault. Elevator still works. Good. Oh no! This is bad because kind of close range here. I only have my batarangs. Oh, get in there. Gain some range. Oh! Oh, they're behind a window. I can't actually try to get that guy from afar. Well, I guess we're going for this thug on the ground then. I'm a little worried about some of these weapons. They have those shurikens that they can throw. Oh, okay. Fortunately, those are projectiles. Ah, god damn it! The one last projectile got me. There we go. That's about as many enemies as I can take from here. Oh yeah, this is totally a hotel because they have like reception in a kind of a weird place up here, but alright. Oh, they're still behind the window. Right. I knew that. I'm a little scared now with this low amount of health, but we will persevere. Whoa. Uh-oh. One of those Bruce Lee dudes getting around here. It looks like this square should get up so we could then use those as a stepping stone, but I don't know how to do that. Alright, your tonfas are of no use against me, Mr. Bruce Lee thug guy. Yeah, it seems like those thugs we fought at the, we fought in the first couple of levels before when we were hunting Killer Croc. It seems they're opposed with these triad dudes, as far as I can tell. Oh, cool, we're back here now. Alright. Didn't need a red key for that. Oh, that's what it did. That raised that. Good. But how do we get back up there? Well, let's have a look-see down here. We did not check down this path. Oh, these are these guys who we took out already. Ah, yes, let's go crawling in vents. See? And you thought Arkham Asylum came up with this mechanic of Batman being in vents all the damn time. Nope. Ace Team was on it. Also managed a cooler killer croc boss fight than Arkham Asylum. Maybe that's a little mean on my part, but it's a little obnoxious, the sneaking around on those platforms in the sewers thing in Arkham Asylum. Okay, again, for transparency's sake, I haven't actually played Arkham Asylum, but I have watched my friend play that game, specifically that part, and we weren't huge fans of it. Like, yeah, it wasn't... The ending of the croc fight is really good, quote-unquote fight, but can't say it was a favorite mechanic of ours, the rest of the sewer encounter. Yeah, I guess croc encounter is better than croc fight, now that I think about it. This is a little annoying, this part. If you miss this jump, there's a lot of backtracking to do. Let's see if I can strafe it. There we go. Alright. Got to this door here. Oh. Ooh. Wow, I dodged his shotgun shot somehow. Oh, no you don't. Thought I saw another guy. No, my eyes were playing tricks on me. My bat eyes. Oh, we can jump through that window as well. Let's not do that yet. Let's get this yellow key. Now I'm getting a little lost in this level. Where did we see a yellow door? I think we've seen a yellow door somewhere around here, but okay, we haven't actually been here yet. Ah, he got me. This is quite a long level. It gets a little more intense here, this part of the game.
God damn it!
Even with the blast gun, it's still pretty tough, some of these parts. Lig it or lig it! That's what the Triad famously say, the Gotham Triads. I guess. Move on. Did not bother to do the tightrope walking this time. Ah, jeez Louise. Oh. I really like this pose this guy's doing, by the way. He's holding his jacket kind of weirdly, but I think he's like reaching for those shuriken is what he's doing. While holding his Wolverine claws ready to rip at us. Let's see if he has an attack animation when we get close. He does. That's kind of cool. Here comes these knife dudes again. Oh, yeah. Alright. It's all good. I can fit my batarangs through that mesh. It's no problem. I wish, some of these guys would sometimes go, "It's the Batman!" I think that's kind of what's missing is... I think that seems like a kind of a Batman thing is for one of the goons to just be like, "It's a Batman!" Because, I swear that's always at some point, "The Batman!" They always call him the Batman, the goons. Not, "It's Batman." Like, other characters will always go, "Batman." When they're addressing him, they're just like, "Batman." But like... Or, "Sorry, bats!" But, only Joker gets to call him bats. "The Clown Prince of Crime!" But I feel like regular crooks are always like, "The Batman," which I think kind of is the idea that to regular crooks, the Batman is more of a legend than a person. That's what Bruce goes for, to strike fear in the enemies as Batman. And, like, "the" just makes it sound more like a force of nature, I guess. More of a myth than a person, you know. I think that's why they do that. Whereas, you know, Batman's rogues gallery and his allies, they of course know that he's a man. He's a human being. He's a person you can understand. He's not something more than man, so that's why they just call him Batman. You know, just like he's a person. Like, even people who don't know that he's Bruce Wayne, but, like, you know, have had enough encounters with him to know that know what the deal with Batman is. Thinking of his rogues gallery here, basically. Yeah, these tight corridors in this hotel are kind of what do the work on me, isn't it? Oh, this is the tough one. Because this guy just comes in to knife me. Alright, got lucky that time. They didn't do anything too bad to us. Oh, here comes that throwing star. Which clipped me the last time. Don't want to get clipped this time. Now let's see if we can take this guy out from afar. Bat snipe. Yep, that guy got bat sniped. Bat snoop. Bat snooped. There's one more triad man over here. Honestly, I don't know if these are triads, but these Chinatown gangsters. I mean, they all have a martial arts theme going on here. Pardon me for a second. Hey, it's not Minsk and Friends if I'm not interrupted by a phone call at some point. Ah, man, wow, they actually swarmed me this time. Damn phone call. Completely shook me. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Yeah, I might be able to beat this level if we get like I got this for a long time, but obviously we're coming close to the end of the hour. We are not going to get to the end of the game, but the final boss in this game is super cool, so I want to jump to that one just to do it for you guys. So throughout this game, obviously, we take out Tallyman and then a bunch more of Batman's rogues gallery. Challenge him throughout this long night. I believe next one is Scarecrow, and then Two-Face, and of course the Joker get in there. We all have to we have to hunt all of those guys down throughout Gotham. Haven't played really the latter half of this, unfortunately, but you can totally find it online if you want to check out some of those cool fights with those lads. But let's go to the final level just to show it off. So here we are back in Wayne Manor.
Martha.
No, he wouldn't call his mom Martha to her. Wait, someone's opened the secret opening to the bat cave. What's going on? We got Azrael's armor as well and these crazy gauntlets. So again, as I mentioned, it is a game from the 90s. If you remember what Batman story was popular in the 90s, you know who's gonna be down here. Bane! He's snuck into Batcave, he's found us. This is the final boss, is Bane. And check his moves. Here he comes, it's strut. Do the Bane strut. Vroom! And he does freaking Mortal Kombat quotes, that's hilarious. So he does this like crazy shoulder charge, and that's when you want to attack him, is the gimmick here. Whoa! Woof! Ow! And if you get close, he'll just punch you, and it hurts like hell. And the game forces you to use these claws, by the way, to make it like a cool final boss duel with fists. It's really cool. Not as cool to Killer Croc, in my personal opinion, because of the... But I don't know, I shouldn't say that. The programming evident here is amazing as well. Making Bane work like this is really cool too. This is kind of neck and neck with Croc as an amazing boss fight for a 99 Doom wad. Come on, Bane.
You are nothing.
So when he stops to do his Shao Kahn quotes is obviously the opening we want to use to attack him.
You are not.
But if we hit him while he's talking, that interrupts his animation, and he can attack us, so we need to be really quick to back off when he attacks us. This song is called Bane, if you look up Batman Doom Bane. It's a really cool song, I love it. This is an amazing finale to this WOD. to do the whole Nightfall thing where we're partying against Bane in the Batcave. It's a great culmination to the whole story. The narrative is amazingly good for a fan-made Doom WAD. Like, I'm being very, very superlative here, I know, I'm gushing like a fanboy, but Batman Doom is a super cool WAD to me. The gameplay can be a little tricky at times in those corridors, as we saw in that. I'm not a huge fan of those, because it's trying to look like an actual city with buildings, but I don't know, it feels a little annoying to play through those buildings. Doom 2 has the same problem with some of those city maps. Is it downtown? Is the one level with those buildings? That's like my least favorite map in Doom 2. Well, I don't know least favorite, but definitely on the bottom. Like, that whole middle part of Doom 2, I'm not a big fan of. Although I see what they were going for with the whole, like, trying to make a city on Earth look. But come on. Alright, Bane, it's about time you put this Lucha Libre down already. Try that one again. Try to stick close to the wall so he'll stop near us. Wow, he has more health than I remember. There we go. Eat it, Bane. That's not quite how the comics go, but we'll take it. As you deliver the final blow to your enemy, your body uses the last part of energy which remained. Bane brought the doors of death to your own home, but not even with the power of the Venom could he beat you. You are victorious! You have defeated the last and strongest of your enemies. You have brought peace to Gotham. The crusade is over, but not forever. Soon, the bat signal will shine high on the clouds of the city, and Batman will rise from the darkness once again. Alright, that was Batman Doom. I'm pretty happy with myself. I got to show off the Killer Croc, the fun level design. Like, it's still fun even though it can be a hassle to play sometimes. I got to show off the bat freaking pellet gun, whatever blast gun that was. And I got to do the Bane fight at the end too. I'm really happy with this year's Doomsday celebration. I hope you guys enjoyed this too. This is an absolute, like, top 10 WAD I would recommend people to try out if they want to try, like, fan-made Doom content. It's really fun, and if you enjoy Batman especially, it's, like, really cool. I'd say this is one of the best Batman games as well. It's just really fun to be Batman in this game. Oh man, I know I'm being a gushing fanboy here, but, like, I was really looking forward to this year's Doomsversary. After last year being a bit of a more quiet year, all respect to Phobos, which we played last year, 1999 with Batman Doom kicked ass. It's such good stuff. This was probably an eye-opener in 1999, after that year of 1998, and all of those new Half-Life and the new direction that first-person shooters were taking and all other stuff. Maybe, I don't know if at the time there was maybe some, like, trepidation, like, what's the future of, like, the Doom fan modding community? But I think this Batman Doom must have been a shot in the veins for people, like, oh my god, this is still amazing what you can do with Doom. But, it was good stuff, and obviously, total conversions are kind of their own niche in the Doom community. There's two scales that are really favored. Is the total conversion, where you, like, change the, like, assets and, like, try to get this feel, and the other one is just a tight level design with, like, beautiful aestheticness. Is, like, the other one. Level design combined with really interesting, like, graphics, I think, are the two kind of sides of the cup. I think they're both really valid. Like, I don't remember what the next big total conversion is after Doom, honestly. I think Zanzan a year later, maybe, was it? I know that then we started getting Alien Vendetta and Scythe a couple of years from here, paving more for that, like, pure gameplay experience, I'd say. The hard as balls gameplay, and also, like, really impressive graphicking, but not, like, messing with the Doom mechanics. That's what I meant to say. Like, there's, like, those who love to modify the Doom mechanics, and those who just want to work the existing mechanics in new and more impressive ways. Just find out new ways to work magic with the existing game engine. So Batman Doom again weighs on the more like the let's mess with how the game works, which I love because it's interesting to see how people make these changes. But I think they're all equally valid. So, but yeah, I mean, that Batman Doom was a shining example of that. Even as maybe the community, I think, moved a little bit more towards that, the gameplay, like I said, Scythe, Alien Vendetta, and what's the other one that came around then? I forget the names. I hate to say, but yeah, this stands as like a really cool moment in Doom history to me. I'm gonna stop rambling now, so enjoy Doomsday, enjoy the coming holidays, guys. It's been a long and arduous year, but it's been good stuff. The end. Until next time, dear viewers!